This is a 1967 Cadillac fuel pump. So it looks like my fuel pump went bad, and I went ahead and bought a new one. And this is what we got. This is how it comes in a little box. This is the old fuel pump. And pretty much what happened was it wasn't putting out any pressure. I thought I didn't have any gas. I filled up my gas tank, but it still wasn't pushing or pulling the fuel. So after priming the carb a couple times, I realized that it was the fuel pump. It was pretty much bad. So I removed the fuel pump. What I did, I wanted to see if I could test it outside of the car, and I realized it's kind of like it's kind of a little bit of a pain to pump that handle. It doesn't really allow for a lot of movement. It created some pressure, some air that was coming out through that bleed hole, but it really wasn't sucking. So I want to take a look at the inside of a fuel pump and see what exactly is going on in there. So I got this grinder, and we're gonna cut open the fuel pump and see what's going on inside. All right, let's take a look. So this is how the fuel pump looks, and we're gonna cut that open, and we're gonna go take a look at that diaphragm and see what exactly makes it work. All right, so we were able to cut it open, and now we'll see. All right, so there's that diaphragm. Probably pull it apart with a screwdriver. So it looks like that's where looks like there's a diaphragm right there, and it looks like that's how it's gonna, the fuel's gonna go through here. Fuel goes in through here, fuel comes out through there, and that goes into the carburetor right there. So fuel is gonna go in through here, come out through there, and into the carb. Interesting. So let's finish cutting this open and see what else is in there. Okay. Interesting. That's a little bit of a corrosion. And let's see what happens. So I guess when this goes, when that lever moves, that diaphragm goes up and down, and that creates a suction and pushes the fuel out through there. Looks like there's a little gasket. Oh, look, it's stuck in there. So that's the inside of this thing. Pretty basic. They usually don't go out, but for some reason mine, when my car's been sitting there for a while, I've already had 2 of them go out. So I guess the learning lesson from this is make sure you run a car every once in a while. Don't let it just sit. The corrosion will probably destroy it. Maybe those gaskets are what goes bad. It makes it very difficult for fuel to be sucked in and pushed into the carburetor. So there you go. 1967 Cadillac fuel pump. It's a rubber gasket. That's probably what keeps the seal. Alright. So now it's going to the trash. And to remove this, there's only 2 bolts. There's 2 lines. The one that goes to the fuel filter on top of the engine, and the rubber hose that connects to the bottom. It's really straightforward, not that complicated.
Tell me when you're coming back again. Blue, I've got the blue since the amputated my blues. Lordy, Lordy, war is well. You know, I don't have to tell. Oh, I've got the alcoholic blues, some blues.